for joining. We wanted to go through today to make sure everybody knows exactly how to update their printers. I know you guys are doing a big conversion over to like iOS tablets. Currently, how all of this works is basically when the printers that you got came out, the only option we had at the time was Android. So those printers speak, I'll simplify it, basically, they speak Android language. So to update that printer to now be able to communicate with iOS, you have to use your Mat 85 or Android tablet because that's the only language the printer understands. You have to use that to teach it how to then communicate with iOS. So this is that process to basically run you through how you get that updated and what you might expect when you're doing that. So it's not too bad. So on your tablet, you'll have the DayMark gateway. Now, actually, I will mention one thing here. I had somebody say that they thought they maybe disabled or deleted the DayMark gateway. You can check that if you go into settings and you go into apps and notifications. Now, this is most of you won't have to do this, but I figure I'll show this anyway, just so everybody knows. In here is the DayMark gateway. If that says enable right here instead of disable, well, then that app has been disabled. So if it says disable here, it means the app is running. It's great. That would be the action of actually disabling it. So if for some reason you have one that you think the app's been disabled, whatever, that's the process to go through. So go to settings, go to uh, apps and notifications, look for DayMark Gateway, and enable it. So, all right. So now that we've got that covered, you may or may not have that on your desktop, on your main home screen. If you don't, you can slide your finger up from the bottom of the tablet, and this will show you all of the apps that are on your tablet. So in there, you will see DayMark Gateway. Doesn't matter which way you open it up. Click on that icon. I apologize. That app is also, it flips your screen. Everything else you do on it most of the time is flipped horizontally. This is vertical. So what you have here is it's going to ask you for a login. You can use the login for your location for your tablet. That works perfectly fine. Right now I have this where I'm logging in with our one we use as a demo account for our trade shows, for our restaurant shows that we go to. So I already put that information in. I hit login. Once that logs in, you'll be able to see all of your apps that are available through the system. So we've got some other things in here. There's other apps that we've developed that you guys may not have or subscribe to, whatever. But the one you're going to actually need is the one down here called Feezy Blue. It's easy with an F in front of it. So Feezy Blue is the app that you need. So go ahead and install that. Now, as that's installing, it might give you at the next screen, and we'll see if it does it here. Yep, do you want to install this? It does not require any special access. It's possible that Android will give the warning of, I know I've had this installed on here before, so it's probably why it's not asking, but it may say that you have an app from an unknown source or a third-party source and danger kind of thing. Down here, it would say settings. You can click settings, and then you enable the setting that you can install apps from unknown sources or third-party sources, whatever the verbiage for that is. If not, it'll look just like this. You can hit install. That will install. It's very quick and it's quick to download. It's only like 5.5 megabytes, I think 5.4 megabytes for the whole program. So once you're done, you can either hit done and then you have to go find the app. You could slide your finger up from the bottom, that kind of thing, or you can just hit open. So I'm going to just hit open because it's easier. It's going to ask if it can have access to your device's location. Genuinely, I don't know why, but just hit allow. Doesn't really matter. What's going to happen then is you're going to see your list of printers. It's going to pop up over here. That list of printers are the printers that you can update. So you should be able to see in here. I don't know which one I want to update. Why not this 1430? Why not? So when you click on it, oh, I haven't paired to it in a while, so it's going to ask me for my PIN. That's possible that it will do that. So what it should do is it'll flash for a second where this is light gray, where it says upgrading, but it'll turn to this darker gray, black, whatever, charcoal gray, and it'll say upgrading. I hate the word. I wish it said update or updating, whatever, but it says upgrading. I didn't design it. It's just what it is. So if you hit upgrading, it'll take a few seconds. At the top, it'll start up here and it'll go into this and it'll start doing a green bar that goes across to update your printer. Yep, there goes my green bar. As long as everything goes how it should, up here in the left corner, you should see that change from updating to successful, which will update your printer. So let's see what it says. Updating, it says successful. So I've now successfully updated my printer so that I can now use with iOS. Now, before you do that, I would say get out of here, and then doesn't matter where you go from here. You can hit the home button, whatever. But go ahead and turn that printer off. Give it a couple seconds, and then turn it back on so it can just reset the printer. And then what you'll start noticing is when you have your iOS app, you open it up. The really cool parts of the iOS app, and I should have had this open. I wasn't really thinking about it ahead of time. But let me go over here and I will connect up to my iPad really quick so you can see what that's supposed to look like. Accept, start. There we go. So you'll be able to see the screen of my iPad here in just a second. So the neat part about the iPads are that you actually don't have to go through the normal process that you used to have to go through to connect to your printers. So on the Androids, you had to go into the tablet settings, into the Bluetooth area, and tell it to connect to your printer through there. It would ask for a PIN. You put in the 4-digit number at the end of the printer's name. That was your PIN. With iOS, you don't have to do that. So if I want to go into here, I could pick something out of here, and all I have to do is hit select a printer, and I can go ahead and connect up to that printer just by clicking select a printer, and it's connected. So there is no more where you have to, at least on iOS, where you have to go through and you have to do the extra Bluetooth connection in the settings area. It just finds those printers and they're available to print. So as you're updating your stuff, if there's anything else that happens to your print, or I'm sorry, not your print, anything that happens to your upgrade where it doesn't say successful in the top left corner when you're done, the only main reason for that is if the printer is a very old printer, and there are a few that are out there that are the older printers that can't be updated. It's pretty rare, but in that situation, it would say like error or unsuccessful in that top corner. But other than that, it should be pretty good. Has anybody had any experiences they want to figure out, or hopefully it looked like some of you, sorry, my watch is ringing. It looked like some of you were actually doing the update at the same time. How did those go? Do you have any unsuccessfuls? Open it. That's a good thing. Well,
Crickets.
I know crickets are not bad. Just hopefully it's working.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's the main process. So again, when you finish up doing your tablet or your printer update, go ahead and you can get out of this. Doesn't matter what happens with the Feezy Blue app, but shut your printer off, give it a few seconds, turn it back on, so that way it gets a nice restart, and then you should be able to connect right up to iOS. So, but yeah, that's the main parts of it. Anybody have any questions, concerns?
I do know that we had Harmerville joined in just shortly after the meeting started. We will run through this one more time. And
Unless you got it.
Unless you got it, then
time.
you're good.
Then
Then we can just, yeah, it's not a problem either or.
Yep.
I did get in a little late, but I feel like I got the Feezy Blue downloading right now.
Cool.
And I was able to catch all the part about the connection and stuff like that, so I feel pretty comfortable.
Okay, all right,
perfect.
not a problem. This was recorded from the beginning. So if you want to see it, we will definitely make it available. Soon after we're done, we'll just have it sent over to management. They can send it out or shoot me an email and we can get you set up.
Yeah, and that's available to anybody. If you have any questions or you run into something where you're like, where did it go from here? That's what it is. So
We can the IT help desk SharePoint.
perfect.
Okay, great.
Thanks,
All
John.
right. Yeah,
Lee and Kevin, thanks for doing this.
absolutely.
Really appreciate it. Just so everybody knows, if you have any problems with passwords or anything, you can reach out to me. I can either send you your password or reset it for you. And from here, as the tablets, hopefully they last for a lot longer, but if you do have an issue, we will switch over to the iPads. If you need an additional iPad or anything, you'll reach out to Jerome and he can help get you set up there.
I appreciate you guys taking the time out to kind of check this out, get it up to date, make sure your stuff can communicate with all the newest things. And I'm glad we have the option of being able to update those old printers, and that way we're, continuing to utilize those in the operations and not having to swap those out for something else. If you guys tell me, Jerome, Matt, do you want us to go through it a second time, or do you think we are good? I don't want to cut anybody short or have anybody not know how to do things.
Does anybody need further instruction? Speak up now if you do. If not, I think we can just cut it off here.
Okay.
Anybody on the call need any further instruction?
Cool. All right. Well,
Sounds
guys,
like-
All right.
that's awesome. I really do appreciate it, guys. And as you move forward with things, if you have any questions, reach out and we'll answer whatever questions you need. So,
Thanks, guys.
all right.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you, guys.
Sounds good.
Have a great afternoon, everybody.
All right, see everyone.
See ya. Bye.